Schools will close entirely.
Hello, everyone. Over the past week, we've seen people across the country step up to help their community. Neighbors helping each other, friends being there for one another. Canadians are working together to slow the spread of COVID-19, and businesses are no exception. This week, many businesses put their hand up and asked us what they can do. So today, we announced a new strategy that'll make it easier for companies to help out during this critical time. We launched Canada's plan to mobilize industry to fight COVID-19, to ensure that we can quickly produce the things we need to prevent the spread of the virus. So if you're a company that's already making medical supplies, we'll help you scale up. If you're a company that usually makes something else, we'll help you buy new equipment so you can produce things like masks, ventilators, and hand sanitizers, which we need right now. Canada is home to some of the best innovators in the world, so we're going to harness their talent and know-how to get through these challenging times. To deal with this crisis, we need everyone, citizens, businesses, and governments, to come together and do their part. And that's what today's announcement will do. Thank you all for tuning in and for stepping up.
We also need additional social distancing measures. These will be temporary, like suspending school, staggering work hours, or compulsory telecommuting. They will be extra breaks to be implemented when we see a spike in cases. The extra breaks will slow down transmission of the virus, prevent our healthcare system from being overwhelmed, and help bring the numbers back down. After the situation improves, we can ease off and go back to the baseline precautions. But let me emphasize this. The situation in Singapore remains under control. We are not going to DORSCON red. We are not locking down our city like the Chinese, the South Koreans, or Italians have done. What we are doing now is to plan ahead for some of these more stringent measures, try them out, and prepare Singaporeans for when we actually need to implement them.
These decisions will place the most significant restrictions on New Zealanders' movements in modern history. This is not a decision taken lightly, but it is our best chance to slow the virus and to save lives. Let me set out what this will mean for everyone in practical terms. Supermarkets, doctors, pharmacies, service stations, access to essential banking services will be available throughout New Zealand at every alert level. Non-essential businesses in New Zealand must now close. All bars, restaurants, cafes, cinemas, pools, museums, libraries, playgrounds, any other place where the public congregate must close their face-to-face function. Over the next 48 hours, those who provide, for instance, takeaway services must move to close their operations also. All indoor and outdoor events cannot proceed. In short, we are all now preparing as a nation to go into self-isolation. Schools will be closed from tomorrow, except to the children of essential workers such as doctors, nurses, ambulance drivers, police, and there will be others on that list. This will give them time to plan, but it will be temporary. Schools will close entirely from midnight on Wednesday.
That we are securing New Zealanders' income during this period.
The way ahead is hard, and it is still true that many lives will, sadly, be lost. And yet it is also true that there is a clear way through. Day by day, we are strengthening our amazing NHS with 7,500 former clinicians now coming back to the service. With the time you buy by simply staying at home, we are increasing our stocks of equipment. We are accelerating our search for treatments. We're pioneering work on a vaccine. And we're buying millions of testing kits that will enable us to turn the tide on this invisible killer. But in this fight, we can be in no doubt that each and every one of us is directly enlisted. Each and every one of us is now obliged to join together to halt the spread of this disease, to protect our NHS, and to save many, many thousands of lives. And I know that as they have in the past, so many times, the people of this country will rise to that challenge, and we will come through it stronger than ever. We will beat the coronavirus, and we will beat it together. And therefore, I urge you, at this moment of national emergency, to stay at home, protect our NHS, and save lives.